Fox Tonight, President Trump and members of his cabinet had some choice words to say about Portland today at a roundtable meeting at the White House.
It comes as the Trump administration continues to try and send National Guard troops to Portland's ICE facility. Warjalis is live at that scene right now and compares how the comments are to reality.
Yeah, hey, Real Pete, I'll just kind of paint a picture of what this scene looks like right now outside of the ICE facility, because this is kind of the point of contention between the administration and city officials right now. What you're seeing is something we've seen multiple times over the past few days. I mean, some federal agents have come outside of the building just now. They're kind of facing off with maybe a dozen or two protesters. Things have really been pretty calm here tonight, in all honesty. This is actually the first time we have seen DHS agents outside of the facility today. They normally do this when they're letting a vehicle in or out of the building. We're not exactly sure if that's what's happening right now. FPS, that's the Federal Protective Service, they came over the speakers here at the ICE facility just a few minutes ago and warned everybody to kind of stay out of the driveway. But, I mean, as you can see now, it looks like they're pretty much headed back inside. So things very calm here tonight. One thing that we will note is that police tape, which had segmented this whole city block off since DHS Secretary Noem's visit yesterday, has been taken down. And protesters are back just outside of this facility. That was not the case yesterday. They were actually pushed about a block back. We have now confirmed tonight through sources close to the conversation that this was done at the direction of the mayor, Keith Wilson, and that it was only done after city councilors pressured Mayor Wilson to do so at an emergency executive session earlier today. Councilors saying the barricades were not needed at this facility, which the Trump administration again continues to depict as a war zone.
Yeah, the amazing thing is you look at Portland and you see fires all over the place.
At a roundtable Wednesday, President Trump and other members of his cabinet once again suggesting that Portland is a war zone and that local leaders are covering it up.
It's like the movies you see for the kids, I guess not only the kids, adults also, where you have these bombed out cities and these bombed out people.
I was in Portland yesterday and had the chance to visit with the governor of Oregon and also the mayor. They're in town and they are absolutely covering up the terrorism that is hitting their streets.
The mayor and governor have refuted those claims, and so did every single person we spoke with around town on Wednesday.
It's nothing but slander. Portland is a beautiful city.
Peaceful, quaint, quiet, not much seems to be going on.
It's an awesome city. It truly is.
At a bar just down the street from the ICE facility, it's business as usual. Workers there told us the protesters they see during the day are a small group made up of mostly older men and women. And while there aren't as many people around downtown as there used to be, there are still your typical Portland bikers, hippies, and craft beer drinkers enjoying the fall weather.
Feel really comfortable coming out here and, like I said, just having a beer, you know, in the evening.
Now, I do want to point your attention, what you're looking at right now is actually just down about a block away from the ICE facility. There are maybe about a dozen cops on bikes down there, some protesters and counter-protesters facing off. They've been yelling at each other throughout the night, but nothing violent or anything like that. One thing a lot of people we spoke with today said that they were annoyed with, though, actually was not protesters. They said that they were a little bit annoyed by the helicopters that have been flying overhead. I will say, since I've been out here and the multiple other times I've been here and we've had reporters out, we've seen those helicopters as well. I got probably 5 people today alone to tell me they were annoyed with the helicopter noise throughout this area of the city without even asking them about it. None of them, though, like I said that they were really annoyed by what has been going on here night to night outside of the ICE facility. But for now, reporting in South Portland, I'm Warjalis. I'll send it back to you, Riel and Pete.
Okay, Ward, thank you. Well, we are following new legal developments tonight in federal court as the Trump administration appeals a judge's order for a 2-week pause on deploying the National Guard to Portland while the case is being litigated. So tomorrow morning, a 3-judge panel in the 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco will decide whether to block a lower court's temporary restraining order on the Guard deploying to Portland. This afternoon, the panel of judges said that those 200 Oregon National Guard members can remain federalized, but it cannot be deployed to Portland until an appeals decision is made. Governor Tina Kotek touted the decision, saying it keeps military intervention away from the city. Tung Yin, a law professor at Lewis and Clark College, says that the judges will look at what's happened on the ground to make their ultimate decision.
It's the same statute, but the factual question is different because here in Portland, you have to ask, okay, regardless of what happened in LA, are the conditions on the ground in Portland appropriate for invoking that particular statute? And so you have to look at, what is the danger to the ICE building?
The legal battle is far from over, and regardless of what happens in the appeals court tomorrow, the case will head back to the lower court in Oregon on October 17th, where Judge Karen Immergut will hear arguments over whether the temporary restraining order will be extended. The hearing tomorrow is set to start at 9 a.m.
In Chicago, officials say a small number of National Guard troops from Texas have started protecting federal property in the city. This is a look at protests that happened earlier this evening. A military spokesperson said about 200 Texas troops are working in the Chicago area. They arrived yesterday. Leaders in Illinois also sued the Trump administration for troop deployment, and that hearing is set for tomorrow morning as well. We invite you to stay with Fox 12 as we track the latest developments regarding the status of the National Guard deployment. We'll be reporting live on the court hearing between the Trump administration and the state of Oregon starting tomorrow morning. Again, it starts at 9, and as soon as there is a decision or an update, we're going to let you know. In between newscasts, you can always stay connected on our Fox 12 app.